Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are making a bracelet that is incredibly easy. Oh my gosh, guys, this one was a lot of fun. It's like a 16 string bracelet, which is like 8 on either side. Um, it is the pattern number was 62987 on friendshipbracelets.net. It's just two colors. It only needs to use the two knots, the ones going to the left and the ones going to the right. However, um, by doing that, two of the light color strings really get used an awful lot more than some of the other ones. So, mm, just a heads up, maybe you cut the light ones a little bit longer, or um, you figure out which one is the one that's the longest one. It's like the first, second, third. It's the fourth one in. And that fourth one in, that's the one that just needs to be a little bit longer, because it's the one that kind of comes outside of the diamonds and just keeps going. Everything else kind of gets broken up. Just a heads up, just in case that matters to you. This bracelet was the whole thing took an hour and a half. Not bad for 16 strings. I don't know. Is that actually faster than the other ones? I honestly don't remember how long other bracelets, comparable bracelets like this actually are. I guess I guess it's average. I guess that's normal. It it felt pretty quick. Because you'll see this diamond shape that comes up in here. The diamond shape only happens 4 times. Um, the It's not really a diamond though. I really want to know what the name of this shape thing is. Oh, and you can see like from the beginning, like the way that I kind of did my segmenting or whatever, like I really went at this with the intention of being efficient. Um, and I think it really did work well for me. Yeah. So like these dot things, that's kind of like a running theme in this pattern. I think Okay, so looking at it on my screen, it looks like a red color, but it's a purplish pink. And let's see, can you see it in this screen? Does it look different? It should. Could be my monitor. My monitor is not calibrated. I really want one of those things, but like I don't know, they're really expensive. They really are crazy. Just to have your, and then it doesn't even I can't even tell like if your screens are calibrated. So you know it could look completely different. Even if I get it right, it doesn't mean that yours would be right. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is how I chose to do the segmenting, like because there's long rows to happen. So I kind of just did a little bit, come down one side. Yeah, you'll see that this is kind of a running theme through the whole thing. um So yeah, I think I was gonna say if I knew the number. I don't. Of course, I don't know the number. We did a pattern before that had this sort of a thing in there, and I was mentioning the fact that I thought it could have a name because the like the Girl Scouts one, right? That has a name, and this feels like it should be in that kind of a themed whatever. Um, but this one was a little bit different than the last, and I kind of got excited about making it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, it's a good looking bracelet. Um, yeah, it did really. I honestly, now that I think about it, like okay, so an hour and a half, um, that might actually be close to the normal for this size bracelet. But I honestly thought that this actually took a lot less time than normal. Um, I don't know. It just went super easy. It was super great to make. Um, yeah. And I mean, I really didn't have to spend much time with the pattern. I keep it up on my screen and stuff, but most of it is super easy, repetitive, um, super easy to just kind of do it. I didn't, um, this is one of those ones like maybe after the first time you make it, or maybe after you get halfway through it or something, that you could just take this out with you and just go ahead and make the whole bracelet and not have to have the pattern nearby. Because obviously there are like the harder patterns, those, man, you have to keep looking all the time, and where are we now and what's the next thing, and like the super hard ones you actually have to cross it off as you're doing it. Believe me, been there, done it, I know. I have plans for some really complicated bags that are going to be like that. um, how we're going to get through that, I have no idea. It's going to be insane, but um, it's it's this is my channel. Like I do, some days I have like this, I have the easy ones, and some days it's a whole different thing. um because there's a lot of different changes in the directions though, the the bracelet does kind of have a different sort of a texture to it. um I'm, like I have it in my hand, so in case you're wondering why I look down and stuff, it does have like a texture to it, which is sort of interesting. um but I don't think that really changes how the overall thing for the bracelet itself is. Um, Actually, I kind of like the color that it's kind of coming on the screen. It kind of makes me think that if I had actually picked the right colors, I could have made those little dots look like the seeds in a strawberry, which that probably be a really cool thing. So like do the instead of the white, it becomes like a dark red, and then are the seeds in this from a strawberry, the little things, are those green? I kind of want to look that up, but then I don't want to like mess with the computer. It's recording me, and but yeah, make it look like strawberry seeds. That would be really really cool, I think. So yeah, the first diamond, if I don't know if you noticed, we went off to the left. The second one, because we were the direction we were coming, it's working over to the right. But the overall gist of just doing the couple rows remains the same. So it's the same, and then this third row comes down and completes the longer line, which uh, I think is just a little bit more efficient. Like when you're just coming down the longer row, it just makes a little bit more sense. And then you have this two little white ones that come in. Well, in this case, it's not really white. It's a gray. So it's like a purpley pink with a gray background. So, but yeah. Um, but yeah, it's a really smooth, easy bracelet. Just knots are just going to the left or to the right. There's no um there's nothing to make it complicated. There's nothing crazy about it. Um Absolutely beginners. Absolutely 100% believe this is great for anybody beginning, because they'll be able to do well. First off, they'll have to, pretty much figure out, is this going to the left? Is it going to the right? Based on, the colors and the strings and everything like that. Great exercise. Um, the next thing is, um, like again, if you can do a chevron, right? A left knot versus your right knot. Just using those, you're going to get some practice, and you're going to have to practice your tension. Um, because on something like this, it would be really kind of easy to potentially get the tension wrong, and obviously that's bad, right? So great practice, great at seeing how it's going. If your sides are off weird or something, that would obviously be from your attention. If you have knots where they don't belong, or things get a little bit wonky, you will know that your ability to read a pattern needs more work. Like honestly, if you try to make this and you have trouble with it, show it to me. and there's a good chance I will be able to diagnose what you're actually having the trouble with, and then you can use that to get better. Um, let's see. Oh, we are kind technically past the halfway point, and kind of the halfway is sort of that diamond, the silver diamond that are in the like in the middle thing. So yeah, we're halfway. We can thank our Patreon supporters for making this channel possible and keeping me going even in the dark times where I thought I might give up. I kind of realized here recently that like there was a duration where I didn't make as many videos, and then honestly, it was my Patreon people who were like, you got this, keep going. You'll get the followers, you'll get the channel monetized, you'll get all this stuff. You just need to keep pressing on, and here we are. So now we actually even have memberships. YouTube membership, that's a thing, where you can actually watch behind the scenes of me making the videos, as well as getting early access to the videos themselves. So this video here will be released for the members, and then it might be weeks before the rest of the world actually gets to see it. So yeah, if you're wanting to support the channel, want to see things a little bit early, here's your chance. Go become a member. Um, so this is we're going into the third segment, trying to make sure I keep track of where I'm at in this thing. Um, again, it's you can pretty much tell by watching how I'm making it. Um, found a system, work with it, and just kept at it. Um, but yeah, if you make this bracelet, I would like to see it. I really do enjoy that. And I enjoy the notion that, different colors getting used could be definitely fun. So yeah, if you make it, I'd like to see that. So you could share that with me, like by tagging me on Instagram, um, or Discord. That's a thing where we share a lot of the stuff that we're working on over there, and um, people have shared pictures of their pets and stuff and whatever. It's a little bit random over there. So, but it's kind of nice. We even share our tattoos. Like there's a tattoo area in it. Just it's not all bracelet related on that one, but um, yeah, I would like to see though. I'd like to see this in some other colors. Um, I honestly think this one, it just needs contrast. That's it. Two colors, contrast. Um, yeah, yeah. I was trying to think there for a second. Honestly, my brain was like, what if it wasn't too contrasty? What if it was like a mid blue and a dark blue? And I think it'd be okay, but I think it'd be a lot cooler if it was like a really dark blue and a really light blue. Um, and that you could go either direction with that. It doesn't have to be the darker one to be the things in the center. That could be the lighter one, and that would give it would pop in a whole different way. So I mean, if you're looking for inspiration, you're looking for thoughts, ideas, maybe try that. That could be totally cool as well, honestly. Um, I'm always worried that I'm going to miss telling you guys something like that. There's some aspect of this that you should know about. I've already talked about the strings that get used more. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's important here. Um, yeah, no, I did make this 100%. If you wanted to see this actually being made at a normal speed and listen to me talk about I think this video, I was actually still watching some stuff over on Disney. If you want to see it at regular speed, again, join the members thing. These kind of videos, including actually what you're watching right now, like what me talking to you, is all being recorded over there on live streams. So it's sort of a behind the scenes scene, see how I actually create this stuff. So yeah, it's sort of fun. It's I'm having fun doing it. I have to say I am having fun making these videos, and hopefully people enjoy watching them. That's my only hope is that I'm entertained and that I inspire. That's the goal for my channel. That's my envisionment, you know, and maybe educate. So entertain, educate, yeah. Anyways, um, but yeah, we're getting really close to the end now. So, and these ones end a little bit abruptly. So, yeah, there'll be the big reveal and all that kind of good stuff. Um, and I'm, for the life of me, I'm trying to think, like, I still feel like I've forgotten something. I have no idea what it is. But yeah. Oh, you have to check out like how I do the end too. I kind of do the end in a similar fashion of how I did the beginning. Um, Again, trying to really just optimize how uh, kind of quickly this whole thing can kind of move along. So it's like just doing two rows, but then the ones coming down from the right get to come over those extra couple strands. Um, it kind of made sense as opposed to just doing one and one and one, like you would normally do with a chevron. Um, but yeah, it's just very efficient. See, so yeah, way cool. I'm I'm really proud of myself for like coming up with things like that. Like that's it's I'm just trying to be efficient. Oh, and then I stayed to the same side that I was on because you already have the strings sort of sorted out. It just kind of makes sense to stay over there and then continue with that momentum. Um, it's not 100% necessary. It just works really good. So, at least in my mind, it does. Especially if you're outdoors. Like when I first started making bracelets, a lot of the stuff was done outdoors. And so strings blowing in the breeze, having the ones that were already sorted, um, really did help make things go a lot, quite a bit faster. So otherwise, it would just spend all your time trying to get them to be untangled and able to go. It's just a thing. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out this long. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.